I'm also going to get us, I think we probably have time for one more column. And
Great.
we could, I was thinking we'd take another color besides the pink ones. And someone could name the next one we take and we look at it.
Jan, do you want it on the same board or do you want me to start a new board just to keep it clear until we can consolidate?
Well, I think as long as, can you make the line a different color?
I can certainly try. Yes.
Let's try. Let's try to
Okay.
put it on the same board. Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. So, and we're going to go for which one next?
I'm kind of anxious to demonstrate our growing competence in moving forward.
Okay. Okay, let's see what we've got there. Okay, we'll bring those over. We'll see if it gets to be too much here. And then, Lauren, these will become Bs. And so B1 through 4.
Okay. Sorry, again, new mouse, and y'all
Yep.
are watching me try to figure this out.
I think you're doing wonderful. So here we've got engage in partnerships, networks. Oh, I have it here, actually. Partnership networks locally to globally. And Jim, do you want to read the other points underneath that?
Why, yes, Jen, I'd be happy to.
Good, good.
Engage partnership networks locally to globally includes support and celebrate the plethora of movements, balance collaboration and clear focus, create interchange opportunities, expand sustainable small group expertise, collaborate with data, link efforts to a broader vision, build broad and deep human networks. Was a lot in that one.
Okay.
That was 7 subpoints, which
They're all in the chat. Somehow.
God bless you.
Yes. A question?
I thought I heard that too.
I thought it was
I said, God bless you to Lauren for putting them in.
Oh.
Yeah.
all right.
Okay, so in terms of this being more about sustenance, cooperation, or meaning? Oh, well, it's kind of in the title, isn't it? The cooperation part of this. Engage in partnerships, networks, locally to globally.
Seems like it would be in the political arena,
Mm-hmm.
though some of those seem to fit in other, some of the subpoints seem to fit in other places.
Mm-hmm.
This whole one seems to be mainly about human efforts to change how the social process is operating. And it makes me wonder if there's not another triangle lurking somewhere that has to do with the dynamics of change, or how intentional change in how we structure the social process takes place. The forces, whatever.
Is structure generally political? I mean, that's what I was thinking.
Hmm.
I'm looking at the subcategories, I'm not sure. Common defense, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, well, under common defense is protected sovereignty, negotiated alliances, and intersocial bodies, like the UN and that sort of thing, the British Commonwealth. in a way that could go there.
Could you let me know where that was? I'm sorry, I'm struggling to find it.
Uh,
On
Political,
Political commonality, the lower left corporate order, the lower left
Okay.
common defense.
Got it. I was
Yeah.
looking everywhere but there. Thank you.
I could have just said, look where you haven't looked.
Or Michelle so graciously put that little annotation in there. Thank you.
You know, I think of, I had an opportunity to be at a session about 3.5 years ago in Palo Alto that National Resources Defense Fund put on. And it was their attorney, their major attorney spoke. And what she talked about, because this was during the era of Trump, with which we are still struggling, and what they had done is they had formed alliances with the other resource organizations, Sierra Club, all of them. And whenever Trump was doing something to try to destroy an environmental protection or to put in something that was, take away something or put something in that was really threatening, this group of corporate attorneys met weekly. And they went over every new case that was going on, and they decided which organization was going to handle the primary legal defense on it. And partly because the Trump appointees were so stupid, but they had like a 95% success record against Trump's attempt to destroy environmental protections. And I'm thinking that's interesting under legal base. I don't know what we have under legal base, but there is something about forming these partnerships that can have, I was amazed at, I think they protected our environment. They were the most powerful force to protect our environment other than Greta Thunberg.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Under corporate order, the subcategory, one of the subcategories under corporate order, common defense, the top is intersocial bodies.
Hmm.
And in legal base, the bottom left hand is basic covenant.
Huh.
Nice. Mm-hmm.
So they're both strong there, aren't they?
Yes, yeah. Good. Okay, let's do B2. Just to move. Okay. Mark many efforts in many sectors and many places.
Can you say some more about what this is supposed to mean?
We're gonna bring Mark into this one. He's gonna tackle it.
Mark, where do you go on the social process?
That sounds like it was late afternoon or Jim, what were the parts of that?
Oh, the sub things? Oh.
Yes.
Mark many efforts in many sectors in many places. Includes engage across boundaries. Generate lots of local hands-on efforts. Ensure and exercise, whoops. Uh-oh, wait a minute, it all went away. Oh boy. Here we go. I hit the wrong button, just a second.
Okay.
Mark many efforts in many sectors in many places, includes engage across boundaries, generate lots of local hands-on efforts, ensure and exercise widespread participation power, attract participation as broadly as possible, and enable international collaboration.
Okay.
I think something like record would be better there rather than mark.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make a note of possible changes. Yep.
Because Mark makes it sound more
You
like.
say you
telling
want to change
stories.
it to Floyd? Is that what you said?
I think that was supposed to be make.
Oh,
Wait, was make a record many efforts?
Forge many efforts.
Forge. Okay, forge many efforts. Okay, that makes, yeah.
Or like Jim said, they were really, may have said, make many efforts.
Make many efforts or create or
Make.
anyway.
Well, Forge is really good because it's not just trying to do something. You're actually like an ironsmith forging things together.
Mhm.
Right.
Good work, Mark.
Do we
Okay,
want to replace that there then?
sounds good.
Yeah.
The power of the printing.
Doesn't that pretty much go where the last one went, where there were forming associations and
Mm-hmm.
it's a doing thing?
Yeah. I think the prior one, to me, to distinguish it, the prior one had to do with acknowledging how much stuff is going on, not coming from the, oh, nothing's happening, acknowledging the many things that are going on and supporting those things.
Mm.
And this one had to do, yeah, whoever, it's like almost a flip side, continuing to expand those efforts. So holding both sides of those.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this is more expand, yeah.
Is there an economic aspect to this? Maybe under production, if it's
Yeah.
around expansion?
Mm-hmm.
I think the other piece of this that to me was important was the notion of ensure and exercise widespread participation power, generate lots of local hands-on efforts. That this had to do with bringing to fruition this whole idea of a culture of participation and getting everyone much better at participating effectively.
Common distribution, the top is consumption plans. The top of that is inclusive equilibriums.
Wow.
Inclusive
Were
equilibriums?
you just reading that or was that a suggestion?
I'm just reading it. It's on the triangle. I have the next level of triangles on my screen. So I'm
Uh-huh.
just reading the next level of triangles. I was trying to figure out if it goes under economic and it goes under distribution, where does it go? And if it consumption plans does not feel like where it goes until you read the three under consumption plans, one of which is inclusive equilibrium, which is everybody being connected, and so that the distribution can be equal. And that seems to be what this is talking about.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Feels very much significant engagement to me. I'm recalling the Paul Hawkins talk at the Pioneers thing that you can pull up on YouTube, at the end of which he starts rolling on the screen all the efforts that he's been able to find, all the movements and organizations that are doing the good work. And it goes on and on and on and on and on and on. I mean, it's
Yes,
an
yes.
endless list, which is pretty hopeful. But if forging means connecting them with each other,
Yeah.
that's a whole big piece of work.
Did I capture that right, Sunny, with significant engagement, or did I miss one?
Yeah, no, I was putting it in significant engagement.
Okay.
but I'm not sure where to put it in terms of the work involved. I mean, political coming, that whole bottom, the collaboration one is about how stuff gets done.
Yes.
So,
Okay, well, I'm gonna put this
We
on.
might make a little note to maybe wordsmith that later with, there's too many manys in it.
Okay, yes. Along with the Ford, minis, yep.
This is what I was
Forge
coming up with.
efforts in many sectors.
Cross sector, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then, yeah, we need to find a better way to say it, but there was very much in this one countering, I have the answer. Everything is
Okay.
but what I'm doing. And the acknowledgement that as we move forward, some things are going to go to the left, some to the right, some up, some down, in reverse directions. Anyway, so yeah, some way to do it, but that acknowledges the richness of what's needed.
Jim and team, was there anything in this one about telling stories? Because that's what I went to initially when we had the word mark in there, mark many efforts, like Sunny
Oh,
telling about Hawkins putting together a list of all the groups that were doing good work. It didn't sound like it from the subsets, but I just wanted to.
This more had to, stories is sort of another place. This really has a lot to do with organizing and getting people moving more than.
Yeah, okay.
then does it go under political freedoms? Or is significant engagement under corporate welfare enough to be political?
Significant engagement has to do with knowledge access, meaningful involvement, and expressed conscience.
Ah, okay.
So sort of between expressed conscience, meaningful involvement is protected creativity, significant station, purposeful vocation. So it's maybe somewhere over there.
Okay,
and his book, Blessed Unrest, Paul Hawkins' book. I think so.
yes, yeah. But Sonny, wasn't part of it is he found people then didn't really want to cooperate? I mean, they were fine in their little, where they were working.
Yes.
Well, part of that for me is there needs to be work in all those places.
Yeah.
And sometimes connecting with too many other groups, you lose your focus.
Mm.
So yeah, okay.
Something needs to happen, something needs to happen over here in gender relations and something over here in preserving this kind of tree because, the bamboo forests or planting more of them. And you don't necessarily have to have those people talking to each other to get their work done.
Yeah. And just the immediately obvious, we should all get together and collaborate and have a movement of movements. While on the level of the sentence sounds really good, nobody has actually figured out a way to make that work in practice.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some learning that has to happen there.
Or there's another part of it, like Jane, you were talking about the legal pieces of the different movements coming together. So that was like a little subsection of the movements coming together, not all the movements, to look at together, to look at what was legally going on, deciding who would, it was some collaboration, but not the whole thing. It was targeted.
Very targeted.
Yeah, which is interesting. Yeah, knowing where the pressure point is, and that was an excellent pressure point. Yeah, of doing that. Nice. Okay.
This concern was up in that previous one about engaged partnership networks, balance collaboration and clear focus.
Mhm.
There was a lot of items in our brainstorm that had to do with that.
Okay. I'm going to put a pause button here.
Did I miss any connections there? Can anyone just let me know? I feel like I was trying to follow. Any
I
errors?
You
didn't
got
hear
everything.
a specific. I think you got everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you.